Hello, my name is Ray Morales.
And I'm Luis Torres.
And you're on Youth on Safety, Health and Wellness.
On today's episode, we'll be talking about safety, health, and community. We hope you enjoy.
Hello, my name is Hama Bisamis and I'm a cadet at the Ron McBee Firefighter EMS Youth Academy. Today we'll be introducing you to the amazing staff that help run our program. We'll be asking them a couple of questions that relate to both them and the academy. Enjoy!
Hello, my name is Astrid Morales, and today I'm going to be interviewing the Firefighter Youth Academy staff. The first question is, can you tell us a little about yourself and your position in the academy?
Yes, I was born in Vallejo. I spent most of my young life in the Vallejo-Benicia area, and eventually attended school in San Jose State University. Shortly after that time period, I found the fire service, and I was hired for the City of Richmond Fire Department, where I worked for 30 years. I retired from there as a battalion chief. And in my retirement, I continue to serve through the Firefighter Youth Academy program.
My name is Rose Baca. I am currently going to Solano Community College, working towards my associate's degree in general science while also working here as an assistant project manager.
My name is Ty McClarty. I'm the media specialist here at the Academy, have been for the last couple of years.
My name is Nick Burhell. I'm a project manager for SFARY and the Robin McBee Firefighter EMS Youth Academy.
My name is Deborah Burhell, and the position I hold here at the Academy is that of project manager. And I, along with Chief Burhell, have been with the Academy since its beginning, which was about 5 years ago here in Vallejo.
What gave you the desire to found this program?
When I was a young firefighter working for the City of Richmond, we recognized that there were youth who were kind of lost and didn't have any real direction. And so a group of firefighters and myself got together and said, well, we saw that they were interested in what we were doing as we run into buildings and extricate people from vehicles. And there was a certain interest, and we thought that we, capitalize on that interest by bringing them in, showing them what we do, at the same time provide some life guidance. So that's kind of how it got started, just a way to, help our young people and give them some direction and some opportunities.
What is your position in the academy, and why do you help out?
My position, I believe, is to ensure that everybody has everything they need to have a successful day, making sure all the materials and things that they need to complete projects are available.
I personally love the Academy. I joined as a cadet back in 2016 and graduated as a lieutenant back in 2018. And ever since, I just came back as staff and been working here since.
I've been at the Academy for a long time now through my connection with Chief Burhell. I remember growing up as a young kid and hanging out with the cadets on Saturdays, tagging along during some of the field trips as well as special events. And I just remember having the best time with the cadets and the staff.
I used to work with Medic Ambulance, and I was the media specialist over there, and one of my assignments was to come and film the Academy because they're a sponsor here. And I met Chief, I met Mrs. Burhill, I met plenty of the cadets, and I fell in love with it, honestly. I wasn't sure if I was going to be coming back ever again to film or do anything like that, but one day Chief asked me if I would come by, teach a class. The kids liked it, Chief liked it, and I've been here ever since.
Is there anything you would like to say to the cadets?
To the cadets of the Robin McBee Firefighter EMS Youth Academy, I just want you guys to, determine what it is that you want to do and go for it. Don't let anything get in your way. Nothing can stop you when you set your mind to it. Work hard and just do your best at all times, whether it's in school, whether it's in your community. Just always represent yourself and your family in the best way that you can.
I think I'd like to say that I enjoy working with all of you every week. I am absolutely inspired by the way you arrive. You arrive every Saturday excited and enthusiastic about completing the goals that you've set for yourself that day, but also the fact that you have just as much enthusiasm for your cadets and helping them to achieve the goals that they might have. So I love seeing that, and I honestly believe that the greatest gift that you can give to another person is the knowledge that you're in their corner or that, you've got their back, you're there for them. And I see that happen here all the time. So I would just say, continue to do those things, and the success that you seek will never be far away.
And lastly, a very serious question. Who is your favorite cadet?
Oh, that's easy. That's easy. Who's my favorite cadet? I love them all. So they're all my favorite cadets. I'm fortunate to have so many wonderful youth in our program, and I really care for every one of them, and I think that they're all awesome.
We hope you enjoyed learning more about our staff, and we'd like to thank them for all that they have done for us. We couldn't do this without them, and the program is what it is today because of them.
COAD, which stands for Community Organizations Active in Disaster, is a local group of community organizations that coordinates emergency human services while working in concert with partner agencies including the local emergency management agency and social service agencies during all stages of a disaster. The purpose of the Solano COAD is to be a coalition of agencies and organizations fostering more effective coordination of emergency response and recovery services among its partner organizations, and recruiting others to participate in an integrated plan that will ensure an effective and sustainable organization. Some of their goals are to increase communication and coordination among disaster response and recovery organizations before and after a disaster, and to eliminate duplication of efforts among responding agencies and maximize service delivery. For more information about COAD and how you can help, head on over to solanocoad.org. Again, that's solanocoad.org.
Hello, today we'll meet with Vallejo Fire Chief Kyle Long. Chief Long has supported our program, and we are excited to speak with him today. We hope you enjoy this segment. How did you, Chief Long, get into the fire service?
Well, it's a good question. So the fire service was familiar to me growing up. My grandfather worked for the Richmond Fire Department. My uncle served over 30 years with the Richmond Fire Department. So I happened to be in college and not sure exactly what I wanted to do. And I was actually at a family function, and I was on the way out, happened to be at my uncle's house, the firefighter, and he caught me on the way out. I was just talking about college and what my futures looked like. And he suggested to me that the fire service would be a good fit for me. So we talked about the fire service and how much love he had for it and how much he thought that my personality would fit into the fire service. And so he said, hey, take a class. And so I took an emergency medical technician class in college, and that was it. From there, I went on to paramedic school, and the rest is history. Here I am today.
In your opinion, what is the fire service?
The mission of the Vallejo Fire Department is to ensure a safe community through exceptional professional fire service.
What are the characteristics and qualities that are needed to become a firefighter?
Qualities of a firefighter, I would say integrity, accountability, responsibility, and honor.
What are your plans for the Vallejo Fire Department as fire chief?
Moving forward for the Vallejo Fire Department, I'm looking for an all-inclusive fire department and to be progressive. Things change in the fire service constantly on a daily basis. In the Vallejo Fire Department, we want to be progressive and even get out ahead of these constant changes. And that's what I look forward to, is providing that excellent service and sticking to our mission, vision, and core values.
Do you have any additional thoughts you would like to share with the citizens of Vallejo?
To keep the community safe, we will stick to that mission, vision, value statements I spoke to earlier, as well as making sure that we maintain adequate staffing levels and that our firefighters are properly equipped and properly trained to carry out those mission, vision, and value statements.
It is great to hear Chief Long's story and what he has planned for the future of Vallejo's safety. We are very thankful for his investment in our community and for participating in this safety segment. See you next episode with more safety content.
Hello everyone, I am Olga Vasquez, a cadet here at the Robin McBee Firefighter EMS Youth Academy. This month, in our health segment, we will be providing insight on a day in the life of an employee at Medic Ambulance. We will be featuring Dominic Bell, a lieutenant with the Robin McBee Firefighter EMS Youth Academy, who is a supply stock technician at Medic Ambulance. He will be taking us through the duties and responsibilities that he performs during his workdays. We would like to thank Medic Ambulance for being longtime supporters of our program.
I'm Dominic Bell, a lieutenant at the Robin McBee Firefighter EMS Youth Academy. and currently at Medic Ambulance I'm working as an SST. Born and raised in Vallejo, California. I went to Vallejo High School, and while I was there, I did football, baseball, and I also did wrestling. And All-State Academy went really great for me. While I was there, I met Chief Burhill. He gave me the opportunity to talk with EMTs, paramedics, firefighters as well. And that's what gave me the job here today at Medic Ambulance. And while working here, I stocked the ambulances around Solano County.
The Robin McBee Firefighter EMS Youth Academy is a collaborative effort that's put in place by the Vallejo Fire Department and Medic Ambulance to give young people in this community an opportunity to actually understand more about the careers of first responders, whether they want to be a paramedic, an EMT, a firefighter, or a nurse. There's no better place for them to learn what is entailed in those jobs than here. We are so grateful for our partners. Medic Ambulance has been a tremendous partner from the beginning. They have a crew here every Saturday morning from 9 to 1, helping us to prepare our young people for the service that they're about to undertake. And we designate a large portion of our time to life-saving skills. We call it the EMS Olympics. And Medic Ambulance, they run that program. And Norm comes out and every Saturday morning and teaches us important things that will help these young people be better prepared to save a life. They are actually becoming assets for their community.
Over the years, I learned a lot from the Youth Academy. Like in EMS Olympics, when Norm and Medic Ambulance come to teach us skills, like splinting, first aid, CPR, and also bleeding control.
The Youth Academy has really been an amazing experience for me. When I first came in, the first year I did it, I really wasn't sure what to expect. And then I saw the standard that they're held to and how seriously they take their training at the Academy. And every year, they make my job harder and harder.
My ultimate career goal is to eventually be a firefighter paramedic. And being at the Youth Academy since such a young age, and eventually going on to Medic Ambulance at 18, I would say I set my career goal up for success. And I'd also like to say thank you to Byron Burhill for giving me the opportunity to come in contact with all the paramedics, all the firemen, all the EMTs, and everybody else that had the support of my life so far. Being that I'm only 18, I would say the opportunity working at Medic Ambulance is priceless. Being able to talk with all the EMTs and paramedics and steal skills and knowledge they have. But also, I'm going to school at Solano Community College, and I'm taking classes like EMR, Fire 50, and Fire 101. And I would say having those skills at such a young age will really play a good part for the rest of my career. I would like to say thank you to Medic Ambulance for the connection they have with the Robin McBee Firefighter EMS Youth Academy. And also thank you to Medic for giving me this job as an SST. Over the years, I would say all the skills I learned will be vital to my career. And I can't wait to see what the future holds for me.
It's amazing that we have such a wonderful partner in Medic Ambulance, and I think that they've been supportive from the beginning. I can't say enough about their dedication and their commitment to this program and to our community. We are so thankful for Medic for being a partner, and we hope that they will always be a partner of this program.
We would like to thank Dominic Bell for allowing us to take a peek at what a day in the life of a supply stock technician at Medic Ambulance is like. We hope that you've enjoyed learning about the duties and responsibilities of this job. We can't wait to share more from Medic Ambulance in the future.
The American Red Cross is part of the world's largest volunteer network. Found in nearly 200 countries, their mission is to prevent and alleviate human suffering in the face of emergencies by mobilizing the power of volunteers and the generosity of donors. An average of 90 cents per every dollar the American Red Cross spends is invested in delivering care and comfort to those in need. The fundamental principles of the Global Red Cross Network include humanity, impartiality, neutrality, independence, voluntary service, unity, and universality. They aspire to turn compassion into action so that all people affected by disaster across the country and around the world receive care, shelter, and hope. They help our communities become ready and prepared for disasters. They make sure everyone in our community has access to safe, life-saving blood and blood products. And they also provide all members of our armed services and their families with support and comfort whenever needed. The Red Cross trains members of the community so that in an emergency, there are always trained individuals nearby ready to use their Red Cross skills to save lives. For more information about the amazing things the Red Cross does to help communities or to donate, visit their website at redcross.org.
Hey guys, it's Ivan, and today's educating segment is revolved around my teachers' responses to teaching after COVID.
Hey everyone, this is Mr. Hess, my history teacher, and this is the first question. What are some of the challenges you are facing with teaching during COVID after lockdown?
I'd say one of the most obvious ones would be not being able to see actually your students' faces. Not seeing, because you lose expression, you lose projection of voice. So in many cases, I can't hear my students. But overall, it's, also dealing a bit with everybody's worries about the continuation of COVID. The controversy of vaccinations, talking to students who have been vaccinated compared to students who haven't been vaccinated, and the absence of students who mainly haven't been vaccinated when they are exposed to COVID, possibly at school, they end up with long absences, a week, maybe even 2.
What are some of the safety precautions you are enforcing to keep yourself and your students safe?
Well, I think the first and foremost is the masks. Keeping, hand sanitizers and antiseptics handy to, clean classrooms and hands, and pretty much one challenge is being in the classroom and keeping that social distance. But with masks on, it's easy to be just 3 feet apart instead of having to worry about being 6 feet apart.
And as you know, some students are struggling with coming back to school in person. What's some advice you could give to those students?
Just keep trying. Take steps with each class. Make sure that you know what's going on in class, and try to do as much of the work as you can and be involved. Don't let yourself be separated, especially during the distance learning. A lot of students were extremely distracted, having to sit in front of a computer screen all day. And some of them haven't gotten out of that habit of letting themselves be distracted by their phone and not being engaged, even when there's a teacher right in front of them.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Those were perfect answers. Thank you for your time. This is my cybersecurity teacher and my Algebra 2 teacher. Her name is Ms. Sharma. And first question, what are some of the challenges you face with teaching after COVID?
So Ivan, as far as the challenges of coming back from COVID are concerned, the biggest challenge is that the students have forgotten how to be students again in person. It's hard for them to communicate with each other. And now that we are at this part of the year, they are still gaining some of those skills back. I'm seeing more socialization, but initially it was so quiet in the room. So that's one. Having them keep their mask on at all times is another hard battle that I'm still fighting every day, because nobody likes to keep the mask on, and students for sure don't. But I have to remind them that we are still in COVID. And thirdly, the math skills, especially for a math teacher, they have gone down a whole lot. So I have to do a lot of intervention stuff this year.
What are some of the safety precautions you are enforcing to keep yourself and your students safe?
We are making sure that everybody wears masks at all times, like I mentioned in my last answer. We want to make sure that they're using wipes. So if they want to wipe their desks, or normally we were asked to do it every day. We are not doing it every day for every student, but if I see anything, I do end up wiping it by myself, or tell a student to wipe it. We have the hand sanitizer right at the door that they have to use when they come in. I have extra masks, all PPE supplies, if anybody needs them at any time. So we are trying to make sure, and the distance, of course, we are trying to keep the distance we're trying not to put them too many times in groups where they can still stay in their seat and have a talk with a partner, but they don't necessarily have to come too close to each other.
So last question is, as a result of COVID, some of the students are struggling. What is some advice that you could give to them?
I know they are struggling, and there's two kinds of struggles. One is definitely the academic deficit, which as a teacher in my classroom, I'm trying to take care of. I want my students to work with me and meet me, at a point where they feel like, oh yeah, I lost some learning last year. I got to make up for it. And the other one is the social and emotional aspect of it. And we have to work on both ends. At this point, I only suggest that, guys, give me your best that you can in whatever given circumstances, and we will make it work. So that's where we are. And the social emotional learning has been a big part since we have been in COVID and ever since we came back as well. All right. Thank you, Ivan, for asking me all these questions.
We hope you enjoyed that segment. Many things have changed and it looks like things are kind of going back to normal. But for the safety of others, wear your mask and please get vaccinated.
Hello, my name is Christopher and I'm Lieutenant at the Robert McBee Firefighter EMS Youth Academy. And today I'm going to talk about Fighting Back Partnership. Fighting Back Partnership is a social service and community development organization serving the citizens of Vallejo. They provide crisis support and economic development to individuals and families in the city. Fighting Back Partnership also offers guidance to youth on issues such as the importance of safety behavior and the hazards of alcohol and tobacco use. We are very pleased to feature them on this month's episode on Youth on Safety, Health, and Wellness.
About 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with general anxiety and depression. When I was in elementary school, I used to be bullied so bad, I'd cry myself to sleep. And my mom was like, well, why you've never told me this? Like, we would have brought you to a therapist if we had known that this was going on. And I was like, I don't know, I guess it's kind of embarrassing. Like, you don't want to talk about that to your mom.
In my family, we talk about any and everything, but I know a lot of my friends in their household, certain topics are like off limits or they'll never talk about it with their parents.
We don't really talk about mental health or substance abuse a lot or at all during school, so bring awareness to that and having like an eye-opening perspective to it and how it can affect other people and how it has affected people, especially people close to you. I think it kind of brings like an eye-opener and you can tell other people about what we've learned and then they can tell other people, so it's kind of like a chain going on about what we've learned and the impact of it all.
Elevate Youth is a 10-month youth-led social impact institute that supports youth of color, grades 9 to 11, in addressing some of these things that we see in our communities like mental health and substance use and poverty and homelessness, and how that contributes to substance use among our youth.
Sometimes you're gonna be seeing people in the bathrooms, they're taking a little bit of a smoke. You can see the puffing go up into the air out of the bathroom sometimes.
One of my friends is kind of like, he can't really go a day without smoking or vaping, and it concerns me.
With some people, they choose to do these things on their own, but a lot of times when we're at school and we're around people, it's the peer pressure.
It's very punishment based, which
Yes,
I don't think
gonna
helps the
say.
situation.
This program, kind of same thing, just open new doors to having another support group and a support system, like having you guys, being able to be transparent with you guys, and just even talking about it and what we're doing right now is really important, and it's always good.
What makes our Elevate Youth Solano program unique is that we utilize the power of the arts, not only to support mental health wellness, but also use as an advocacy tool to push policies that create change in our community. Most recently, we've partnered with local artists such as Mario Kyoto, community partners such as Solano County Office of Education, to participate in activities like the Youth Art Showcase or in social justice artwork to communicate solutions for advocacy and addressing the mental health and substance abuse issues that are currently happening in our communities.
Instead of turning to something else that isn't healthy, they can turn into art and it might help them release whatever they're thinking or whatever's going on in their life.
What really helped me was that
doing stuff outside of school and like talk with my friends and getting help with them, and also playing the drums, that's a huge stress reliever.
Art can actually save some people. They can help them express their feelings towards it and put it into a painting.
Art has that healing power. We use it not only to escape from what is currently happening in our lives, but the students also use it as an expressive tool to share what they're going through in their daily lives.
Do you want to share your poem with us?
For sure. School is a great place. Friends, learning, great teachers. It sounds like it should be a dream. It is, right? No, not for everyone as it seems.
The benefits of going through this program is not only do students get a $1,500 stipend at the end of the program, they also receive free college credits that's transferable. And they're also talking to community leaders, people in power that have the ability to create change. And this is their platform to really voice out some solutions that they'd like to see in their communities.
We're all here, I think, like for different reasons, because somebody felt like we can make an impact in this program, and then take what we learn here and bring it outside, I think is the most important part, that we can like share the knowledge with everyone else that we know.
As a mental health support provider, I run the wellness room. And by running the wellness room, I make sure I have a safe space for kids to come if they need a listening ear, if they need a quiet place, or if they need a group so that they know that they're not alone. I also do weekly check-ins. Sometimes you just need to speak to someone. And so I'm here to make sure that you have someone to know that there's someone to check in with, that we can hash things out, that we can find different ideas and find different skills to help you to just go day to day. I'm currently working with Fighting Back Partnership to try to provide more mental health supports to all schools in Vallejo. Fighting Back Partnership, as well as Vallejo Unified School District, know that there's a need and trying to find different local resources to come to support the kids.
We'd like to thank Fighting Back Partnership for the contributions to our program this month. For more information on the services they provide, please visit their website at fight-back.org. Well, that's it for today's episode. We really appreciate all of you watching.
And we're happy to share our show with you once again.
We hope you enjoyed the segments, because we certainly did.
Thank you for watching, and stay safe, healthy, and well.
Have
an amazing day.
Hey guys, make sure to follow our Facebook and Instagram at Firefighter Youth Academy. Check out our YouTube channel, Firefighter Youth Academy by SFARY, that's SFARY.